Hi, my name is Alyssa and I'm the extras casting director for the new Avengers Infinity War, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about what went into casting the background, stand-ins, and photo doubles for this awesome movie. I'm a huge Marvel fan. My brother actually is the reason I started watching these movies with the first Iron Man in 2008, so I really owe it all to him. When I first started prep on this project in 2016, I rewatched every single Marvel movie that had come out by that time. So I went home one day, I called it my homework, and I basically binge watched all my favorite movies. With the crossover of so many worlds in the Marvel Universe, it was really important to get the look right to show that all these planets were so different and unique. So for planets like Gamora's people, the Asgardians, Titans, Wakanda, it was really essential to hone in on the looks and the unique features so we could really sell it that they were a part of different planets. For the alien types, like Gamora's people and the Titans, they required heavy special effects makeup and prosthetics. So a unique challenge there was to find men and occasionally women who were willing to shave their heads bald, as that makes the prosthetic application a lot easier. And I remember the first day of filming for the alien types that made up Gamora's planet, they had to be on set at 2 a.m. that day. So that's a 2 a.m. call time for all those background. And that gives them enough time to get all of their makeup and special effects, prosthetics and whatnot put together. So it was challenging for that because we had to find people who were really reliable and who had a passion for that sort of thing. One of the biggest challenges in casting this movie was trying to do my job while also maintaining the complete and utter secrecy of the entire plot. And actually, hardly anyone on the crew ever even read a script. All of the communications were very redacted and limited. And so when we were posting casting notices, we had to be extra cautious. When we were hiring background for certain scenes, we had to be very, very careful so as not to give away any sensitive information. Another fun challenge was the casting of the alien types, which we kind of already talked about, but we actually began casting them months before they ever were filmed, so that was a very extensive picture picking and interviewing process. They had to be kept in constant contact. We had to stay in constant communication with them because we booked them so far in advance of their film date. They did multiple wardrobe fittings, hair and makeup tests, prosthetics fittings, all in the months leading up to filming. So they actually had wardrobe, hair pieces, and prosthetics that were custom made to each unique background, which made them very essential to the scene. We really needed them to be there on the day of filming, which they did, and they were all so amazing to work with. Well, this was a very large cast on this movie, so it posed quite a few challenges. We had over 50 cast members that needed to have their own stand-ins, and I think over the run of the movie we hired over 100 stand-ins, which is pretty phenomenal when you think a typical feature film usually has about 5 to 6 principal cast members, so hiring over 100 stand-ins was pretty impressive. Well, you might think for characters like Drax and Gamora who are in full body paint that their stand-ins would also need to be in full body paint, but fortunately for them that wasn't the case. We just had to find a good size match for them. We had some other interesting cast members to find stand-ins for, like Nebula. She's very tall, 5'11", female, and of course in this she's bald, heavy prosthetics and makeup, so we needed to use a very tall, bald female for her stand-in. We also did need to find stand-ins for Rocket and Groot. I remember one day my AD called me and gave me the order for the next day, and he said, yeah, just give me a stand-in for a teenage Groot. Being that I'm not an arborist, I had no idea what the going average height was for a teenage tree, but it's 5'10" in case you're wondering. And then for Rocket, they were looking for someone who was kind of a contortionist or very flexible because we needed, and what ultimately did happen was our stand-in had to crab crawl around for most of filming to get to be the right height as Rocket. For other characters like Thanos, he's heavily CGI. Our stand-in had to use a motion capture suit, which is a full body, looks like almost pajamas, and they have dots all over them. So essentially, there was never a dull moment when it came to casting stand-ins for this one. My favorite part of casting this film was being a part of something so huge and working with such passionate people. I was really lucky. I worked with an amazing production staff, all the crew, my ADs, the costumers, the special effects team. They were all really amazing to work with. And we can't forget our incredible background. The Marvel movies draw a huge fan base, So it's really great to hire background actors who are excited to be involved and enthusiastic about what they're filming. And of course, the set visits were a real highlight for me, to get to go to set and see the grand scale of the sets that they were building and to see these amazing actors doing what they do. It was really a surreal experience.